What's going on, Gunline? It's Lopez here. You're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, Midweek Memo, where we like to just fucking give you a bit of what's going on in the world today with a Gunline twist. The twist being no filter, no editing, raw and unfucking cut. So we're going to start off with a game show. All right. And no, it's not a game show from the podcast. It's a game show called... It's a game show, right? Or is it just a show on TV?
It's like Survivor, but minus all the competitive game stuff, all the BS in the middle.
It's like Naked and Afraid.
I've heard
without
of the show,
the nakedness.
Yeah, no, they're fully clothed.
Okay, so Gunline. While I say hello, welcome Dowden. What's going on, baby D? That's you, Dowden. Oh, there he is.
All right, just another day in paradise, man.
And of course, we got OJU.
Is my internet sucking?
A little bit, but we understand you're out in the middle of Odessa, Texas. And of course, we got JU, Jesse Urena here.
I can fix it.
Well, while he's fixing his interwebs, we're going to discuss this game show. Because to me, it sounds like a month in NTC. But well, he'll come back. So we were talking about this show. It's called Alone, and it's on Hulu.
Yeah, and basically they've got 10 contestants. The first season was all guys, but after season one, they did co-ed stuff, and so it's men and women, and they just drop you off in 10 different locations across this like terrain. They don't tell you where they're dropping you off. You have like the clothes on your back and up to like 10 items that you want to take with you. And then after that, it's on you. It's like whoever makes it out the longest wins. So you could be out there for like a year, 2 years. And the crazy part is they won't ever tell you like who got eliminated or how many contestants are left. It's like they'll just show up one day and say, hey, you won $500,000.
Cool shit. Now, I wish Dowden was here for this, which I don't know where the fuck he went. But dude, we're just discussing it, and I think that's something I can handle.
Yeah, I think the army, especially with the op tempo and always like being gone, 14-month deployments, I think that'd be a cakewalk for them.
Yeah, I mean, well, with the op tempo the way it is now, though, I mean, what are they doing?
Probably just NTC. Go to the field. You wouldn't have your phone, so
that right there.
I think that would kill anybody from like this generation.
I was just about to say that, bro. This generation would not be able to hang. We got Dowden coming back now. I'm fucking burning right now, so I'm eating one of these. If you're seeing on the YouTubes,
chuleta mango, chuleta
mango. Dowden, welcome back.
Is my internet better now?
Much better. So we're discussing this fucking this show called Alone, right? Where you're basically dropped off in the middle of fucking nowhere, kind of like Bear Grylls, and you have to survive on your own. There's 10 other contestants, and then they don't tell you if you've won or not until the end. No matter how many motherfuckers dropped out, you'll find out that you made it. It's like a mind fuck, right?
How many days you got to be out there?
Go ahead.
However long. You could be out there for 2 years, like however long. If it's you and one other guy left, it's whoever lasts the longest.
Do they leave you any like provisions, any tools or anything? Or
you bring the clothes that you have on you and 10 items, and then after that, you have to figure out how you're gonna get food, how you're gonna like build a shelter. How to survive. Like they don't give you shit. It's whatever you brought and that's it.
When's this show come on? This is something I'm down with right here.
It's they're on like season 6, but you can find all the seasons on Hulu right now. And I watched one episode and I was hooked because like people were dropping like flies in the first season because they were scared of Alone.
Alone? Yeah, I'm down with this.
They'll drop you off. Like the catch is if they drop you near like a waterfall, like a source of water, the catch is that it's a game trail. So there might be like bears and wolves there. So there's pros and cons to wherever they drop you off.
Bro, that is fucking perfect. I call that a vacation. Whoo. Sorry, my mouth is fucking on fire right now, y'all. Motherfucker. Fucking Mexican candy.
It's got to be Mexican candy. Why can't it just be ethnic candy?
Because it's from Mexico, nigga. See?
Does it say made in Mexico?
Probably, but dude, you know what? Let's just get this out of the way. It's what's gonna be on the fucking, on the interwebs. It's been fucking going for weeks now. So let's just fucking, thankfully it ended today.
You're about to dive into it, aren't you?
Yep, let's dive into it. So Dogecoin, man, did it make it to the fucking moon or what?
Not today, man. It didn't get there.
Dude, they've been talking about this 420 shit for fucking weeks now that they're gonna do it.
Bro, Doge Day.
Yeah. Well, guess what? What's the tap dancing at right now, Urena? I know you're looking it up.
Yeah, I know. It's 31 cents, 31.98, 37.
Damn.
I'll tell you what happened. This Doge Day was created by people that invested in it and wanted to make more money. They hyped it up knowing that they weren't going to spend any money on Doge Day. The problem is the audience that they're trying to get to spend money, they don't have any money right now because it's not payday weekend. So how are they going to drop $20 on the 20th when everybody's trying to buy weed? Like, no.
No, not only that, bro, but they got to open up a Robinhood account or a crypto account. And that shit doesn't happen one day to the next. It doesn't happen within the next couple of minutes. It takes a couple of days.
Yeah.
So
all I know is I hold 844 shares in that old Doge. I'm waiting for the Bitcoin day. Come on.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till if it ever drops back down to like 14 cents. I'm putting about $1,000 in there. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna put $1,000 in there.
Well, they're saying Bitcoin. They're saying Bitcoin's a bubble that's soon to pop.
all crypto is.
I know.
Bitcoin. It's a bunch of haters that want to see it pop. It's at 55,000.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not a bunch of haters. It's a bunch of reality.
No, I don't know, man.
There's going to be a correction.
When you watch,
by the way, before we continue with this, know that we are not financial advisors.
Yeah.
So we just got three cannon cockers that bought Dogecoin and think we know how the stock market works.
We're not trained professionals.
I think the only one here that has any relatively skill with money and finances will be Dowden. No? Yeah, because any money I've had, I've lost.
I'm still a 13 Bravo at the end of the day, man.
Gentlemen, well, let's go ahead and hit this one at the fucking park. Obviously, I try to bring the Dogecoin because, to try to keep it light. But motherfuckers out there are, if we were on the gun line right now, and the biggest news of the day wouldn't have been Doge, it would have been Dogecoin, but the verdict came down. And that was the verdict for Derek Chauvin, whatever his name is. Now, if for those that have been living under a rock for the past year, he's the guy that had the knee on George Floyd's neck for about 8 minutes and 26 seconds or 46 seconds. And I'll tell you something.
9 minutes and some change, I think is what they said.
I'm going to give you my piece on this real quick, and then I would like to hear y'all's, okay? So, okay. Was it murder? It would have, I think it wasn't premeditated murder. I think it was negligent what he did. I don't think it was race related, but it was negligent. All right. I haven't followed the trial. I don't know what the fuck's been going on. I just know they found him guilty on all charges. So that was, I think, one of them was murder without wanting to murder the motherfucker. The other one was third-degree murder, and the other one was manslaughter. So I guess out of those three, the judge gets to choose one, or how does that work?
I think you're guilty of all three. Like
Yeah.
they're different charges that layer on top of each other.
Mm,
That's why you'd hear about people getting like 3 life sentences,
Right, okay.
without parole.
okay, so that makes sense. But here's my thing about it. I didn't follow the trial once again. I think that what he did was fucking disgusting. I think, seeing that guy struggle for his last breaths was fucking disgusting. I think that the people that were recording there, if they really felt that fucking ballsy about that shit, they should have done something to stop it rather than just recording. These are just my opinions, all right? And if I was on the gun line, that's exactly what I'd be saying. The cop was an idiot. He took a man's life, again, willingly or unwillingly, is open for debate. But I think that they're gonna hang this dude out to dry in the name of making a fucking statement with him. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna fucking give him max him out, like 45, no fucking pay due for next 2 months. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna max this dude. Field grade.
I think they're going to appeal it in appeals court. And here's my thought on that.
Go ahead.
So, like you said, I haven't watched the trial either. I don't watch news. I don't keep track of nothing. I saw that the verdict was handed down. But it's the softest way to say it. I don't know. That was a weird trial because it took a year for it actually to go to trial. Or I don't know if it was an exact year. Don't quote me on timelines or nothing like that. But everybody that was in the courtroom had probably seen the videos, seen all the riots going on. I think their way to go to appeals court is to say that it wasn't a fair trial because of how publicized it was. People already may have had a guilty verdict anyways. I see that's where they could take it to appeal trial. But I do agree what he did was it was excessive. And if I would like to think that if I was put in the situation, which this is me, not him, someone was screaming, "Get off my neck," I'd probably go ahead and get off their neck.
Right.
There's 3 other officers there. Has there been any charges on either of them?
I don't know. I don't know.
Civil courts or anything like that? Because I mean, technically, either one of them could have told the other cop, "Hey, get the fuck off the guy." Like they were there too. Are they going to get charged with anything as well?
Like
Accessory, or was that guy just plucked because it was his knee, his face, yada yada yada? I don't know.
My question about this is, and Urena, you got next. If George Floyd had been white, would we even be talking about this? Or had the cop been black, will we even be talking about this? Or had the cop been black and it been a white guy that was choked out, would we even be talking about this? And this is brought to you by Barrack's Lawyer. Barrack's Lawyer shirt. You can find it at givandals.com. Make sure you guys go pay that visit. Barrack's Lawyer. If you guys look at YouTube,
that today because of the verdict.
Proud sponsors of this next segment.
They are proud sponsors of the On the Gun Line podcast segment of Barrack's Law.
But Barrack's
Gun Line Field Justice. So what do you think, Urena?
Oh shit. Let's see how do I follow that. Yeah. All right. So to answer what you mentioned about, like, if he was a different demographic, I no, like, it's pretty much a black and white situation. That's why you saw it. If you look at the timeline at the time, it was summer. It was like June of last year, and we were in a period between COVID just hit into April and May. It was a big pandemic, and there was no COVID cases for like a few weeks in June or July. If anybody remembers that, like it went down to 0 at one point, new infections, and everything was starting to open back up. And then the protests started happening. Attention shifted away from COVID into this big political thing. And there was another one. There was a whole Breonna Taylor thing that happened around that time as well. So this kind of added to it. You wouldn't have seen it or heard about it if it was anybody else. I think right now, like the goal is like if it's any police on any like ethnic minority group and it's a video, you're gonna see it on the news. If it's a shooting and it's somebody that's Caucasian that's doing the mass shooting, then you're gonna see that on the news. Like it's
If it fits the fucking profile, right?
yeah, it's a
For
narrative.
example-
It's
for-
a narrative.
For
Yeah.
example, Fort Jackson last week, or was it this week? Last week, right? Fort Jackson, where the fucking that one sergeant caught that one little black kid talking shit or whatever. Or I don't know what the fuck. Actually, I just saw the video, and that sergeant was fucking pretty fucking big, dude. You know,
Yeah, he's a drill sergeant.
yeah. So I mean, he was a pretty buck-looking motherfucker, and I don't know. I don't want to be quick to rush to judgment, and be like he's racist, simply because it's a black guy and a white guy, you know, or a black kid and a white dude.
I didn't see that video.
Oh, well, what it is this black kid apparently he's been fucking walking around the neighborhood, which in itself is not a crime. Motherfucker should be able to walk free wherever the fuck he wants. I don't know what started the altercation. Urina, maybe you could maybe you know a little bit more of this. I don't know. But
No, I didn't watch the video. I'm assuming that it was like something about the wife.
well, the whole thing with the wife, what happened is
the husband came out. He was
So-
a drill sergeant.
the wife said something and then he pushed him, but that was like somewhere in the middle of the video. But apparently he was like the white dude was telling her like you're in the wrong fucking neighborhood, you don't live around here, blah blah blah. Out of context, that sounds racist as fuck. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you walk into a conversation at the wrong time and somebody's talking about rubbing one out. I'm thinking, damn, this motherfucker's talking about fucking masturbating. But it turns out he's probably talking about rubbing off a scuff off his fucking truck. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only
I don't
you
know.
would go there.
Huh?
That's it. Only you would go there talking about rubbing one out.
I'm just saying, dude. So I don't want to be quick to rush to judgment. And because like with George Floyd, go ahead.
But unfortunately, it's too late right now. Like in the army, like the army's been in fucking the news a lot. Like last year, like with the disappearance and death of all those soldiers and stuff, and then all the Fort Hood, and then now you got this drill sergeant, and then 2 weeks ago you had that LT army, you know, and then now you've got like two the LT that got pulled over and tased and pepper
Yeah.
sprayed.
Pepper
We
spray.
talked about it. We talked about it last week. Yeah, we talked about it. We had a segment.
I'm like, what
And
the fuck
then,
are you talking about?
He's gonna have to read it. He's gonna have to rewatch.
let me show you a clip of the last week's episode.
Right. And we're not that high speed
But yet.
yet.
No, but unfortunately, the sergeant major of the army chimed in. He's been doing recently for a lot of stuff, and he provided his 2 cents. And so he's like adding in like undue influence, whatever the fucking fancy word is, and stuff. Before like the whole investigation's happening, he's going off of this clip and shit, and he made a public statement, and he's been doing it a lot. That part I don't agree with. I think the army, the government, and the military as a whole needs to like stay out of like those tensions and let like the legal system kind of provide an opinion. Let the politicians handle that.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, I mean, there's a whole reason that when there's a fucking State of the Union address, the military never fucking claps. The motherfucking justices, they never fucking clap. They just sit there at attention. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to fucking seem partisan and they don't want to get into the fucking into the politics of things. But you know, I just want to get to a point where, because I'm seriously tired of talking about this shit, because it seems like it's never ending. It's always, you know, black cop, white cop, or it's always, you know, a black and white issue all the fucking time, every week. And it's like a shark bite. You know, it's like Shark Week. You know, if somebody gets attacked by a shark in Florida, all of a sudden there's like 30 fucking shark attacks all up and down the East Coast. And it's been happening like that since last year with the fucking back to back fucking police scandals with the black folks. You know what I'm saying? And dude, in LA, I remember, when we had the crash unit out there, the LAPD whole Rampart scandal. Did that become national fucking news? Nope. And those motherfuckers were doing some dirty shit. I'm talking about pinning guns on motherfuckers, shooting motherfuckers, putting dope on them. But that didn't make national headline news because guess what? There was no social media as there is nowadays, where everything just gets blown out of proportion. And it seems to be happening. It makes it seem like these incidents are happening more often than they are, at least in my point of view. What do y'all think?
I think in the early 2000s, there was, I think there was like 12 shark attacks in Florida, which was at that time, it was one of the lowest rates annually for shark attacks. But because it got the visibility of the news and all that stuff, everybody started to assume that there was this national pandemic of shark attacks. Like shark attacks were all over the fucking TV, even though it was like one of the lowest fucking like attack seasons ever recorded or whatever. But it was just a perception because it was all over the TV. My thing is, when things like this are happening on TV, it's kind of like a redirection of your attention onto something else. The whole time I'm thinking, like, what is going on in the government right now that they're kind of like shifting attention? Why is this going on here? You've got all this attention going towards school shootings, and you've got like the Democrats are in complete control. This is just a justification to pass gun laws. If you have like all these police related events, you start spotlighting that on the news, and that justifies restrictions and stuff going on with the law enforcement. They start stripping away their things, and I don't know. It's misdirection, redirection for me.
Wag the dog. What do you got, Dowden?
I mean, I kind of agree. I'd really like to know what's going on behind some doors that they're pushing all this, everything that's going. I mean, some of the stuff, yeah, it's nice to see, or not nice to see, but news is good. But when it's the same news over and over, you're kind of creating hatred within the country. I mean, this side's hating that side. Everybody hates the police. Who the fuck wants to be a cop right now? Nobody. I mean, I wouldn't want that job, and I honestly wouldn't wish that job on anybody I know, because you're literally scrutinized all day, every day, no matter what color you are. But there's got to be something else going on in the background. There's some political agenda that's about to get put in the next few months, and I think
of this.
Really upon gun control.
Is like think of this. Joe, the president Biden fucking gave a speech a few weeks ago about like stop Asian hate and all that stuff, and then like 2 days later you've got this massage shooting that happens, so it kind of like highlights Asian hate. And then right now today, I haven't seen shit about fucking like stop Asian hate or any kind of like stuff. It's not in the narrative. The news is speeding up, and then there's a school shooting. Oh, is it a white guy with a gun? No. All right, let's focus on the next shooting. And then they're just like pushing through. That's how I feel when I'm watching the news. It's like there's a big shooting, big news event. Who is it? Oh, it's not a white guy. All right, let's go to the next shooting. And it just it's weird.
Happened? Didn't something just happen where some Federal Express fucking people were shot in Indiana?
Indiana.
Yeah.
Did anybody hear about that? Nope. The only way I found out about it was because I had an arcade system that was delivered to me by Federal Express. And in the text message that they sent for the delivery, it says, our condolences, our thoughts and prayers are with the members of the Federal Express family who were gunned down. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why does it fit the narrative? I think not, because from what I saw, I think the perpetrators may have been of the more tropical color people, more of the equator closer type folk. Those that have last names of Washington and Jefferson. They were black folks. That's at least from what I saw. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But dude, at the end of the day, what I hate, and this is what I've come to believe, and it kind of lines up with what you were saying, Irina. It's wag the dog, and it's all about fucking the media just wants the fucking ratings, and the government is just fucking conspiring to keep us all down. They don't give a fuck about us. They just want to continue pushing the narrative that it's black against white, white against black. You know what I'm saying? And there's another race here. It's not always just black and white, y'all. We ain't gray, but shit, we here too. God damn it.
You're not Asian either, so.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, exactly, dude. What? Because I can't put iPhones together? We don't count, motherfuckers. But
you can't even put a video up in someone's hand right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, that's because I don't have the funds to get the technology. However, if you're watching the YouTube, if you're listening to on the podcast, there is a dono button on there. If you guys want to go ahead and donate, you can subscribe for as low as 99 cents a month. And then, and dude, anything y'all send will be greatly appreciated. It'll help the podcast out. It'll help me finally buy a new fucking laptop so that I'm not constantly looking upwards. So make sure y'all do that. Also, I tried, selling t-shirts to try to come up with funds because I don't like begging for money. I feel like I'm begging, you know what I mean? But if you guys want to support the podcast in that way, that's cool. I try to give you a shirt at a reasonable price that could help out. And apparently that, go check out Barrack's Lawyer, GIFapples.com. Your satire attire. But anyways, back to it, dude. It seems like it's like y'all were saying, it's just something to drive a wedge between races, and I'm tired of it. Like, for example, cities aren't burning tonight. Thank goodness.
Not yet. There's still a lot of night left.
But it'll be justified because they'll say, oh, they're celebrating. They're celebrating, that the acquittal. And Maxine Waters, she was out there saying fucking get more confrontational in the event that they don't acquit or that they do acquit.
Add more fuel to the fire is all that is.
But, from what I was understanding of this, because you made me read into this shit somewhat, since, this was somebody's topic, I had to look into it. And apparently Pelosi was like, no, she shouldn't apologize for that shit after the lady from Michigan told her to apologize for that shit. And but they blame Trump for inciting a riot January 6th. Okay, go ahead. I see your arena has some disagreement going. What's up, baby?
No, well, first off, like, I fucking hate Pelosi. I am the most, if you ever talk to me offline, like, I'm the most neutral, ambiguous. Like, you never know if I'm like fucking Republican or Democrat. Like, you just never know, and I like that.
Yeah,
it makes me moist. But I fucking hate Pelosi. She is shit. She's fucking garbage. Like, that's all I had to say. She's fucking stupid.
But what do you think about the Maxine Waters comment of, get more
she affected, where she fucked up is she inadvertently fucking affected the, if I'm the lawyer, which they've already hinted at going this route, is like, they can make an argument that she affected the trial in some way, the results of the trial. So in like 10 years, they can go back and be like, hey, he didn't get a fair shot,
That would be the
at all because of what she said.
That would be the defense they
used intimidation,
right?
You can say that she used intimidation by going after people involved with the case.
But not only that, bro, the fact that that the same thing that is like it's been tampered with. That one fucking faggoty dude that he ended up going to prison, changed his fucking sex. What's his fucking name, dude? He was a fucking, oh my God, he was a snitch.
You were all up in it.
Dude, he was the snitch, bro, out of the army. And they sent him to Leavenworth. Chelsea Manning.
Oh, Chelsea. I was going with Snowden. There we go.
No, Chelsea Manning. Didn't they try to say that it was either him or Bergdahl, right? That they were like, oh, they tampered with the witnesses because Trump said that.
That was Bergdahl.
That was Bergdahl? Because he was the... Yeah. Okay, well, one of those motherfucking pieces of shit. Bergdahl's just dude, fucking Bo Bergdahl, bro. Do you know who that is, Dowden?
I don't.
Bo Bergdahl, bro. This idiot.
He's the figurehead. He's the embodiment of the infantry. Whenever like I have an argument with the infantry, I just show them a picture of Bo Bergdahl on like National Infantry Day. American hero, that man.
Bo Bergdahl, this guy decides to walk off his cop or fob or whatever the fuck it was out in the middle of the night, gets captured by the Talibanese motherfuckers.
Oh, shit.
And then he stays with them for years and years.
Oh, I remember that dude now. Yeah.
And then because of his punk ass, soldiers died because they went to go look for him.
I remember now.
Yeah, and then he comes back to a hero's fucking welcome. But then they try to say that that during his court martial that Trump had tampered or had in a way influenced the decisions because of the negativity that he brought toward them. And that's where I was going on with the Maxine Waters. We just had to throw Bergdahl in there. And by the way, folks, for those that got their panties wet because I said faggoty, I don't mean it in the negative fucking gay way. I just mean in the bitch made way. All right?
Yeah, because that makes it so...
Look, those of y'all that grew up in the fucking 80s and 90s know the fucking shit I mean. If y'all don't like it, get off the fucking gun line. Anyways, so where were we? Maxine Waters. You know this cunt bitch represents my area of LA where I'm from?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, South Central Los Angeles.
Oh,
fuck you. I just thought about
that.
Well, no, Maxine Waters represents South Central LA in the area where I grew up at. They even have a school named after her. Like an institution, like a vocational school or something like that. But anyways, I don't know what she's done for South Central in all the years that I lived out there and then after, because the ghetto is still the ghetto. And, but she gets to go out there and incite fucking violence if it would have gone negative. You know what I mean? And didn't she fucking tell the other motherfuckers to, whenever they see a Republican or a conservative, to make sure like they tell them Black Lives Matter and all this bullshit while they're eating? They fucked with homegirl with the fucked up eye, the fat one. They used to be the speaker for Trump. Fatty dude with the fucked up eyes.
Huckabee, right?
Huckabee. Sarah Huckabee. That's her name.
Yeah.
So yeah, when they fucking fucked with her and messed with her, she was like, fuck it, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But there's no double standard there, Anyways, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that, but thanks y'all for listening. Where were we?
That was good.
Ripping people's faces off and eating them again.
Hey, and at least I haven't talked about that today, right? Oh, we're going back to the division of fucking of the racists. All right. So a lot of people will probably still say that there's going to be a race war happening, or that it is already happening incognito. And fucking I love seeing y'all reactions when I talk. But somebody was asking me, what's our solution? Like, what would be a solution to end, or from the outside looking in, what would be a solution to end this fucking police brutality narrative that's being spit out there? How can we mitigate this? How can we nip this in the bud? Dowden, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts, if any?
So here's my thoughts on the police brutality. There's a lot of people that talk shit about it, and ain't nobody trying to get those jobs. If you want to make change, be part of the change. You want a better police force? Join up. Be part of the change. Weed out the bad cops. I mean, if you're not being part of the change, then shut the fuck up.
True.
I mean, when something goes on in your life you don't like, do you change it, or you just sit there and just, yeah, it's cool, I can deal with it? No. Just be part of the change. Be proactive. Don't go looking for confrontation because somebody has a different mindset. If we as people can't just have disagreements without wanting to fist fight each other at the end, then what's the point? I mean, we're always going to be divided.
And to that point, if you're going to have a fist fight at the end, at least have the common fucking courtesy of shaking each other's hand, good fight, and leave it at that. Squash it right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that happens anymore.
Fucking pussies. What do you think, Arena?
I think what we're experiencing, and this is me being paranoid and coming up with crazy theories, but I think what we're experiencing right now is something bigger, more international than we think. Um, if I was China and Russia, how do I break down the foundations of the systems in place for the U.S., the Supreme Court system, the law enforcement system, the military system, and the perception from the public towards those systems? You start using technology to kind of bring to light all this stuff that kind of hits at us, all this divisive shit that happens in every other country as well, even worse. But the perception is that it's the worst here in the U.S. that we are so divided that there's no way that two sides can agree with each other. And if I'm Russia and I'm China and I want to weaken the U.S., I'm going to go after those elements and kind of bring them up to the media's attention. I'm going to use our own system of free and open medium to kind of tear us apart. And that, I think that is what is happening to us, because we've spent so many years fucking around with other countries and destabilizing those nations, and now I feel like it's our turn, and we're kind of receiving that on our end.
The argument that I could hear people making to that would be like, yeah, but how does that justify 400 years of, oppression, by the white majority against the blacks? Or
Do you
not
remember
justify,
talking
but how
about
does
any
that
of this stuff?
explain it? How does that explain it? So
No, I mean, but do you remember talking about any of this stuff in the 90s? Our economy was booming. We had a surplus of money. We were one of the most powerful countries, like with so much money to spend,
we didn't have
regardless of what was
wars
going on with the Clinton administration, huh?
because we didn't have any wars going on, though.
Yeah, we weren't fucking around with anybody else. We just had money, and we were just building all this money. And now in the early 2000s, we started seeing Putin and his government as a threat. So we started going after him. Now been in charge for so long, he's figured us out.
Gentlemen, our time has expired for the first meeting. We're going to go ahead and end this one, come right back. And I'm going to open it up with a letter from a listener of how his solution is to the black and white and police brutality. See y'all in about 1 minute.
1 minute.
Bye, motherfuckers. All right, and we're back. Just waiting for Dowden and Urena to go ahead and make it on the way back in. Again, I appreciate you guys just listening to us here as we shoot the shit. Sometimes we go deep on shit. Sometimes we go hard on things. Sometimes we have it light and, have a good time. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you are, do me a favor and smash that like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. All that helps out to, help us grow this community. Again, it's not for everybody. I get that. But, some of the best things are not for everybody. That's right. So we got Urena here back in. We're waiting for Dowden to make it on. And gentlemen, like I was saying earlier, before we cut right now, what I was saying, I had a listener who sent me a message and asked, he wanted to know my opinion on what I would do or what I think can be done in order to end with this police brutality. My solution was let police go back to policing. In other words, I think the police need to be a product of their environment. I don't care if they just live there, fucking 1 week a month, but they need to not just work there. They need to live there. They need to know the community. They need to fucking walk the beat. You know what I mean? They need to walk around, get to know the people that they're policing up, that they're protecting and serving, versus just, out there just looking for crime. The best way to mitigate fucking any kind of crime is try to get ahead of it, preventative, try to avoid people getting into that environment. And anyways, I just think that having police officers actually walk the beat rather than drive, would give them a more positive light, get to know your neighbors. If they hate you, haven't you seen Dangerous Minds? You know what I'm saying? fucking, or not even Dangerous, was it Dangerous Minds or the other one, the Freedom Riders shit. You know, them white teachers, they went in there and fucking, they were hated on by all the ghetto ass kids. But you know, once they started doing a little hippity hop shit and getting down with the crew, you know, fucking all of a sudden they were accepted. So yeah, in other words, you might have some trials and tribulations while you're getting to know who you're working with or working for, but eventually you'll be accepted. And then they'll put a do-rag on you. And you know, yeah. Anyways, I just had to make that in there to make it a little bit light. But yeah, dude, I think honestly that's one of the best ways to do it is have the police actually policing and not just being crime fucking stoppers or out looking for a crime. But that's just my opinion. Now, this is the solution regarding the how traffic stops go bad. You know what I'm saying? So this came from a reader, and he would like to maintain an anonymity. So I'll go ahead and respect that. So the viewer said this. The one solution I came up with, as far as the cops, I think for a traffic stop, let's eliminate stops. The cops should run the license plates and just send the citation in the mail. Now, when it comes to cops getting a call for a shooting, I think the cops should just go on high alert with the intent to kill. No exceptions. If you can take a life, you deserve to die on the spot. No need to waste taxpayers' money to house them. And then this way it eliminates anyone from saying if this person was this color or anything, like they would be one standard, point blank. What are your thoughts? Please add this to your topics this week. Thank you. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think it sounds like a pretty good idea for to minimize some of the shit. Is just like, yeah, scan the license plate instead of having to pull somebody over. You know, the cop puts the whatever the suspected charge is, scans the license plate. You get a fucking thing in the mail that says, "Hey, this is what you were suspected of." But I think that'll come with if technology evolves to that point where like a person can defend their own case, protect themselves if they've got like cameras inside their vehicle or whatever.
And Dowden, I don't know if you heard what I was just reading right now. I know you were busy on the phone. You probably had a phone call from Mama.
Because then you have cops just like scanning everybody and sending tickets out and know well that people.
Right. So it sounds like something that can be taken advantage of by the wrong person. And I think Urina's crazy ass internet is not working right now. So did you?
What was the question?
So it wasn't a question. It was more along the lines of it was a viewer, one of our listeners. He sent in the following on how to mitigate fucking interactions with the police. You know what I'm saying? So he said, because basically this is what it started off with this, man. I saw all these cops, blacks and whites, thought that what's so different at the end of the day, nothing at all. Who blame everyone in a race, organization, blah, blah, blah. He said, I keep asking, what is the solution? The one thing I came up with as far as cops, I think for a traffic stop, let's eliminate traffic stops. The cops should run the license plates and just send a citation in the mail. Now, when it comes to cops getting a call for a shooting, I think the cops should go on a high alert with the intent to kill, no exceptions. If you can take a life, you deserve to die on the spot. No need to waste taxpayers' money on housing them. This way, it eliminates everyone from saying, if this person was this color or anything like that, then because it will be just one standard point blank. What are your thoughts on this? Please add this to your topics.
I mean, that's some ways to go about it. Obviously, if you go about it that way, there needs to be more defined lines of things. But I kind of caught the tail end of it, of, you know, what you guys were talking about this scanning the license plate. You know, this is what you're accused of, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. Not a horribly bad idea.
Not at all. And the only thing is, Urina, you kind of broke up a little bit in between, but we were talking about technology. The only thing I can see the downside to it is that motherfuckers would abuse it. As far as the, you know, they got to make money if that makes sense, or there would be a lot of tickets flying out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Fucking
cops
kicked
the
out the
cops
union.
would just like start scanning everybody, and then
Right.
like hopefully you defend yourself, but they're banking on you not defending yourself, so they're just making money.
But
Yeah.
I mean, the same can be said for like the traffic camera lights. You know what I'm saying? The cameras.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, those aren't even enforceable because you didn't really sign anything indicating that you would show up to court or promise to go to court. So basically, what it is, like over here in Texas, for example, there's this one street off called Bandera where they still have traffic lights, dude. The traffic cameras, and they got me with one. And the way they get you on that motherfucker there is that if you don't pay it, it goes onto your credit. And that's the best way to hurt motherfuckers
Damn.
nowadays is your credit. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, so I mean, my thoughts are exactly as far as I agree with him. As far as like, I think there is one standard, and it's not about fucking race or anything. It's the law. You know what I'm saying? That's the standard. Obey the
Yeah.
fucking law. I do agree with. I like the idea of minor traffic infractions, like we were saying, speeding. You know what I mean? Or broken tail light, shit like that. Why can't we just do it like that? That's a good idea. So to the listener out there, good call. Good call.
Technology just needs to catch up.
Hey, it's catching up. It's like fucking Dogecoin catching up to Bitcoin. That's how
a long ways to go.
Exactly. It's a good idea in theory. It's there, but it's got a long way to go to get there. It's like Minority Report and shit. So, gentlemen, with that said, let's go ahead and change to another motherfucking topic. All right, I was thinking about this today. All right, and I wrote it down in my booklet, I think. But let me see. Did we talk about? We talked about Dogecoin. We talked about the Chauvin trial. Maxine Waters. Read the thoughts. Last thing before we go into the next one. With this whole COVID shit going on, do y'all think shit's gonna ever go back to normal? Like seriously? Like as far as like walking around without a fucking mask on? Or is that just society now?
I mean, I walk around without a mask on anyways, so.
Same.
Yep.
I'm saying though, like
as long as money,
the mall.
I don't go to malls.
Well, you live in the middle of bumfuck Oklahoma, so there are no malls.
My point exactly.
Go ahead, Irina. What were you saying?
There's gonna be money involved somehow. You're gonna start hearing about fucking. Oh, now we need annual boosters just to make sure that this shit stays.
Already.
And,
I heard booster shots were coming. I think it was on Pfizer, dude. So
what's next is you'll see a COVID shot app on your phone, and to access certain stores without a mask, you scan your app and then you're good and you get 10 points. They're gonna turn it into a fun little game.
Like a coupon. But here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing. Okay. Here's my thing about this, okay? If you already got the fucking if you got inoculated, you got the vaccine already, right? Why the fuck are you worried if I'm wearing a mask or not? You can't get sick from it. So why are you worried about me? Don't worry about me, simple bitch. Worry about you.
He said, don't worry about me, simple bitch.
I don't understand. Dude, it's gotten to the point where, they're talking about the passports already, in order to get to like, it's going to be ridiculous. And I guess I'll be going to underground shit, where.
Black market.
Dude, yeah. Yo, speaking of the black market, I was watching Gutfeld last night, bro. And I caught the tail end of the show. But they were talking about motherfuckers have the right to sell their own organs if they want to. What do y'all think?
My organs are good where they're at. It's okay.
If I wanted to sell my testicle for $30,000, then yeah, I should.
I only need one of those anyways, just the left one.
I don't need any of them anymore. I ain't trying to have no more kids. I'll put some motherfucking ball bearings in them.
You can call me the old Uniball.
Uniball.
If you want to do anything with your own body, yes, by all means.
So, for example, let's say somebody needs a kidney, and somebody's offering you $30,000 for it. Why can't you fucking do it? Why is it gotta be?
I think that would lead to a corrupt organ donor system.
You mean,
in my opinion,
you mean
because right now it's somewhat fair. It's not fair, but it's somewhat fair. There's a pecking order for people: first come, first serve, or whatever. You get on a list, you wait for a donor to give and stuff. If you remove that element and you say I can make this trade with anybody, then anybody that's rich, that's sick, can just say, I've got $1 billion. Here you go. I'm going to jump to the front of the line and take your shit.
Okay. But I mean, if I got a doctor that's willing to do it for a certain percentage of money to do the transplant, I'm the donor. There's the recipient. I'm going to cut him in some money. Why not? It's my fucking body. My body, if a woman can suck out a living baby out of her fucking body, why can't I take out a fucking liver? Or not a liver. I'm sorry. I need my liver. But why can't I take out a kidney? I'm not chopping it up and fucking vacuuming it out with a goddamn Hoover. At least you're not watching it fucking try to claw its way out away from the pain. I'm just saying. Yes. Yeah. You know, for those that don't understand what I'm saying, too bad. So sad. But anyways, I'm going to end that topic on that note. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Send in your motherfucking thoughts. Please let me know how y'all feel on the gunline at gmail.com. Or hit me up on the messages on the Gunline Facebook page, or over at the IG, or on Twitter. You can find me as Gunslinger13B. Anyways, I wanted to introduce a new segment. And all right, I'm not gonna get emotional on this, I promise. But when Cruz took over as the co-host, just prior to him dying, we had come up with a thought of like, dude, what are we going to talk about? We need to be like Joe Rogan and have all kinds of fucking topics to talk about, just like we did on the Gunline. You know, we talked about everything, right? So I'm going to call this Crosstalk. That's going to be the name of the segment, because Cruz in English is cross. And these will be the conversations that I will be having with Cruz. Would he still be here? All right. So the very first one that me and him had when we were talking about this was Mandela effects. So we're not going to touch Mandela effects today. I think Dowden.
I still haven't watched enough of it.
So this is my segment to my boy Cruz. I'm going to call it Crosstalk. And here we go, gentlemen. I know for a fact one of the topics that we would have hit would be fucking ghosts. And I don't mean fucking ghosts like with no Vaseline. I mean ghosts. Now, what are your beliefs on ghosts, Urena?
My beliefs are greater than fucking ghosts. I personally think that this whole thing that we're doing here is a fucking simulation.
Ooh! See, we talked about that too. That was one of the topics we were talking about. I don't know if you caught that one too. We talk about parallel universes and fucking, it's going to be going down.
Yeah, look at the technology. Look at the video games, right? With like they're called NPCs, non-playable characters. In any video game, they just walk around. Their job is just to walk around, do normal people shit. And they're able to do what they do with today's technology, right? So are we to believe that a civilization doesn't exist out there in space with more advanced technology that can create artificial intelligence that is so specific and detailed that they can create life that imitates like life itself?
We'll talk about that on the next midweek memo. Hold that thought. Let's go back to ghosts. So you believe that ghosts are just a program then?
I think everything's a fucking program.
All right. Dowden, you're going to be up next.
I can't even follow up with that shit.
Oh, don't worry. I got something for that ass. All right. Let me know if you guys have ever experienced something like this. All right. I was 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. I don't know if I ever told this story to y'all or I've told it on here, but I was about 5 or 6 years old and I was living back in LA. and I had to go pee. No, I was 4 or 5 actually, 4 or 5, and I was wearing a onesie pajama, a yellow one, the ones that zip up from the toe all the way to the top, had a little button. Remember those? All right. So we had a 2-bedroom house at the time, and all my brothers and I, we all slept in one room, and my dad, I believe, slept in there as well, or somebody. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm talking about 80s, early 80s. So, anyways, I get up sometime in the night to go take a piss, right? So I get up and I walk. I open up the door. It's still dark, no turning light and lights because you'll wake up everybody in the room. And let me set the tone. Inside the room, there's a set of bunk beds, and then there's a big ass like queen bed in the room as well. All right. So me and my brother Doug would sleep on that one. I think 2 of my brothers slept on top of one of the bunk beds, and then another brother or so slept on the bottom bunk bed. And anyway, so I got up out of the bed, dark, went to the door, opened up the door to the bedroom. There's a hallway, all right? Long hallway that connects, the bathroom across the hallway. Then you walk down the hallway, it takes you to the kitchen and the living room and the bedroom next door. Anyways, so I get up, I open the door, I walk into the bathroom, turn on the light, unzip my motherfucking little yellow onesie, and start taking a piss, right? Take out my little uncircumcised pecker and start fucking making marble sounds into the fucking into the toilet. All right. I zip my motherfucking zipper back up when I'm done, being very careful not to catch my anteater in that zipper. And I get it up, right? I turn off the light.
Forgot the button to
Oh yeah. Forgot the button, clip button, and fucking flush the toilet, turn the light off, and started walking back to my room. I bullshit you not, gentlemen. I bullshit you not. I opened the fucking door to my room. It's dark as fucking death in there. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I opened up the door to the room. There's a guy. If you guys are watching on the YouTube, this is how he was sitting. All right. He was sitting Indian style. I bullshit you not. I'm getting the fucking chills just thinking about this. I open up the door and I see the outline of him sitting down Indian style. And he looks at me and he's like, "Come here, Danny. Come here." Glowing red eyes, bro. Fucking glowing red eyes. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, "Papi, is that you? Dad?" And he's like, "Come here, Danny. Come here." In Spanish, he was telling me, "Vení, te quiero enseñar algo. Vení." I got fucking scared, yo. So I turned around real quick and I turned the fucking lights on. Nothing was sitting there, bro. Nothing. Nothing was on the fucking floor. To this date, I can't explain what the fuck that was. And I will not enter a room without flicking the light switch. Not one room. Dude, that's on my grandma, rest in peace. Never. Funny thing is, I told this exact same story to one of my old gunnery sergeants in Fort Stewart. That motherfucker told me he saw the exact same thing when he was younger at his house, dude. That's some demonic fucking shit. That is some evil shit. Now, I don't know if you believe in fucking ghosts. This guy believes in ghosts, gentlemen. What do you think about him?
I believe in ghosts. Yeah. I haven't ever experienced anything like what you're talking about, but
Well, according to your arena, that was just a fucking Sims. That was.
I'm still mind blown by the Urena deal. Between his deal and yours, yeah, wow.
Yeah, because what if part of the program was there's a ghost system? Somebody's
Ghost in the
expansion
machine?
pack. Somebody downloaded an expansion pack for their Earth game, and it's the Ghost expansion pack.
So basically, we're like the Truman Show, right? Is that what you're saying? Or we're like the game The Sims, or we're like a game of Roblox.
Yeah, even think of The Sims. That's what makes me think about it so much. The Sims, they're just characters that just live their life. They cook, they eat, they take care of a baby, and we made that game using today's technology.
So
Somebody had more.
Are you telling me you've never experienced anything supernatural at all?
Oh yeah. So my sister, locked me. My older sister, fucking bitch, locked me up in the bathroom when I was like 8 years old, and then the light switch was on the outside of the bathroom. Whoever
Oh,
created that shit is a fucking demon.
wow.
Turned off the light from the outside, locked me in, and then told me that there was an elephant man inside the bathtub. And I swear to God, I looked in that bathtub and I saw this giant fucking pink elephant man in the bathtub. Don't know if it was a ghost. Freaked me the fuck out. Scarred me for life. Like I've repressed it, and then at least once a year she'll fucking like remind me of it to this day.
I think you're making fun of me right now.
I mean, serious. I could probably screenshot the conversation.
Or either that or fucking I think you must have been taking some good ass acid. A pink elephant. I mean, fuck. Dude. How Dowden, you never experienced anything like supernatural or freaky like that?
I mean, my brother says one time when we lived in Indiana that there was somebody in a rocking chair, but I don't remember it. My wife, on the other hand, used to have a picture on her cell phone. It's an old phone, flip phone.
Yeah.
She took a picture at her parents' house, which was haunted. And there was a kid standing there with tall, big, old school tube socks. And they think it was somebody from the family. And you could see like the outline of the kid with tube socks and everything.
Dude, it's crazy you mentioned that shit, man. We were out in Savannah, one of the most haunted cities in fucking America, right?
America.
And my old lady and I took a haunted tour. And so, we were like in one of these haunted mansions where I guess, I don't know if it was some broad that was a slave, killed herself. She ran out and jumped, or somebody had thrown her outside a window into the courtyard and she died, right? And so I'm flashing pictures with my camera, right? At bullshit you not, man. After I took all those pictures, we're going back home and I see one on my fucking phone. I'm like, the fuck is this, dude? And I'm looking at it and bro, you see clear as fucking day a kid, bro, dressed in like some Huckleberry Finn shit on the wall, had like a little pipe in his hand, like in his mouth, and motherfucking and about to fucking and had like a pipe and hat. And I bullshit you not, that shit was freaking me out. Give me 5 more minutes, gentlemen, and we'll call it a day. Is that cool?
Cool.
You gotta hop off. Give me 5 minutes. Watch. What? Come here real quick.
I'm trying to stay away from ghosts. Fuck that.
I know, right? I'm sleeping in a hotel by myself, bro. I don't need this shit.
I'm in Georgia right now. Like I have to drive through the South, man. This is my biggest fear.
Georgia is haunted as fuck, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
Babe, come here. I was telling you the story of when we were in Savannah. Remember the Savannah when we went on that trip with the haunted trip? And I took pictures in that one hotel. Yeah. What was the picture of?
Which one? The little boy in the wall?
What did the little boy look like?
Like he was like late 1800s, early 1900s, like the side part and kind of like that white blouse and stuff.
And did he have anything in his mouth or anything like that?
I don't remember.
Okay, to me, he had like a little pipe in his mouth, bro, like an old corn cob pipe.
You just wanted them to be smoking.
This is gonna be like Final Destination because now we're haunted thanks to your story. I'm in Georgia, so I'm gonna be the first one to go. Like my screen is gonna fade to black.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, I appreciate you guys being here. This was a very good fucking a very good podcast. I think we went on everything, and thank you all for being part of the first fucking crosstalk. I
fucked up ass crosstalk. I'm gonna sleep like shit tonight. Thank you.
And Urena, next week, can you bring on some more of your fucking simulation life?
No, you got it, man.
Done.
Bro,
I think that Urena has now become part of the fucking
Matrix
of the Midweek Memo family. So hey man, I appreciate you being here, Dowden. I know you got some work you got to take care of and shit. Urena, thanks. I'll catch y'all to the moon. And
That Dogecoin. Get that
make sure y'all invest in that Dogecoin. I sold
Mm.
that shit because I saw it dropping like a bad habit. That shit started falling faster than a goddamn private's wife's panty when he's deployed. So I'll catch y'all later, gentlemen. Love, peace, and hair grease. Rounds complete. End of mission. Gunline out.
Bye, motherfuckers.